That's, you get that sense that's the hook. They're really trying to hook you in there and say, hey, look how awesome this game is. We want to get you really invested in it from the very first minute, you know? The Vanishing of Ethan Carter does not do that. It's a very quiet opening, and the story kind of just develops. It kind of arises slowly. Again, I'm still not really clear on what exactly is happening, but we're starting to see more and more of these pieces come together. We're seeing cults. We're seeing mention of ghosts. We're seeing mention of portals and other worlds. Now it's starting to get quite odd. It's locked. I can find a way to unlock it. This also raises a lot of interesting questions in my mind with regards to playtesting. You know, a game like this, that, again, as much as I keep on coming back to that phrase of the developers aren't going to hold your hand, it's clear they wanted to craft a certain kind of experience, but everyone is going to, oh wow, look at those sun shafts coming through the trees. So realistic. That's ridiculous. Oh wow, I'm amazed. Anyway, the developers obviously want to craft a certain kind of experience, but everybody's going to come at this game from a different angle, you know? When I see these paths branching out for me, I'm going to choose a path that you wouldn't choose, you know? I'm going to make assumptions that you wouldn't make. And so I wonder, how did the developers plan for this? How did they, test this out? How did they say, oh, this is, players are getting stuck in this one area because they think that, there's a hidden cave or something. We need to shift their attention and make sure they see this path off to the left is the way they need to go.
What do the dead have to say? You'd be surprised by how little they know. The dead can't explain what it means to be dead. They walk down stairs that disappear beneath their feet, headed for some bright blade of memory they'll never reach.
I very much like that these bits of narrative that were being fed by the main character are so closely tied to the environment, you know. When we're walking through those tunnels, he mentions walking through portals. When we come across this clearing with these dead trees, he starts talking about the dead. These aren't just disjointed points of the narrative. They're actually intimately tied to the world that we're exploring. And that shows a level of craftsmanship and storytelling that's highly, highly appreciated. Alright, so do I want to go to the right? Part of me does, but I also want to see that church. You saw that, yeah, there's a steeple right there. I'm very curious to explore that, so I'm going to kind of hang to the left and just see if that's a legitimate church or if that's like, the Church of the Damned. Even with very little, what's the word I'm looking for? Context. Even with very little context for our explorations, it's quite cathartic.